All right. Woo! Should be live. Wonderful. Hopefully it'll start up soon. Okay, cool. There we go. Alrighty. Welcome one and all. Sir Blackson97 here for our first ever official YouTube box break. I know we've been doing a couple of test streams earlier this morning, but this is new. This is the brand new direction we're going. We'll still do Instagram live stuff, but I definitely want to expand more of my horizons into like streaming and doing more YouTube and potentially like Twitch.tv stuff. So very excited to kick this off. For those interested in more box breaking content, I'm going head to head with YuGiOhHercules, the man, the myth, the legend. He'll be going live on his channel, so you can switch back and forth. You can just choose one, but we're both cracking open Maze of Memories. We're both hoping to pull some collector's rares or some fancy cards. So, at the very least, definitely support YuGiOhHercules on Instagram, on YouTube, even on Twitter. He's got a bunch of ventures he's doing, always putting up cards for sale, always selling boxes. Hasn't sold us a bad one yet. We've gotten probably like a dozen or so boxes from him by now, but he's definitely supplied a lot of cards over the years. So, definitely give him a shout out, definitely give him a look. Deserves all the support. So, without further ado, Hercules, if you're watching this, may the best collector's rare win. Good luck to everyone, and bless the pulls. All right, let's get into this. Enough shenanigans. We're here to pull some shiny cards. What's the, what is it, like 3 of the back? It's probably going to shift like most collector's packs are, so there may not be a point just because the Ultra and collector's rares will be in a different spot than the supers. So it'll just be a bit tough. But starting off with a Red Eye Soul. Looks very fancy. Mech Knight Yellow Star. Oh, I didn't realize Mech Knights were reprinting this. Ooh. Number 39, Utopia Rising. That looks really cool. Chaos Form. That's a good reprint. Blackwing, Elfin the Raven. Nimble Angler. It's really nice. Sprites really make good use of that. Sang of the Thunder. Very good. Woo. All right. We also have these card sleeves came from YuGiOhHercules as well, so definitely putting this stuff to good use. Woo! All right, first super, Utopia Rising. Might be worth splashing that into something. Oh, I love Riryoku. It's such a fun spell card to use back in the day. Riryoku Guardian for that Gate Guardian support. Suijin. On your mark, get set, duel. Look at that. That's really nice. Woo! Sleeve that up. Definitely gonna make use of that in like a synchro deck or something. How am I supposed to pronounce this? Kaiurogitsu. Urogaitsu? That was abysmal. I butchered that one. Double attack, Wind and Thunder. Soul of the Supreme King. I've been definitely excited for this one. This will be just fun to slap down a Supreme King Zark for no reason. I think that's hilarious. Barian Untopia. Always treat it as a Barian's card because I know some support searches that stuff, so very good to have. Definitely good to see that. It's such a... Okay, this there's a little bit of explanation on this card's name. So it comes from the dub, because, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dubs are just completely flawless. But this is what Lawton used to describe Kalen Kessler during his, like, 3-way duel. Or it was like a 2v1. Usain Kalen versus Lawton. He was like, this creepy little punk. But in the OCG, it's called Return of the Reaper, because that's also what Kalen was referred to as. Or Kiryu, if you're watching the sub, but... It's Infernity support, very good. Prey of the Jirai Gumo, one and only. Ooh, it's a very nice Solemn Judgment. Very good reprint to have. Burial from a Different Dimension. I use this quite a bit in Malefics just because I'm always banishing my stuff. Labyrinth Wall. I'm surprised they didn't print Guardian support to... There's a lot of stuff that interacts with Labyrinth Wall, but I wish there was stuff to swarm with Labyrinth Wall. Like, get it out on the field a lot easier. Might just be me. Forge a New Future. That's really cool. Nice little Vrains reference. Another Mech Knight. We got Blue Sky this time. Probably my favorite Electric Light Orchestra song is Mr. Blue Sky. Alright. Treacherous Trap Hole. Probably for that Trap Trick structure deck. More Trap Hole cards. Super Soldier Ritual. That looks really cool. Ooh! Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. I thought this would be an ultra rare, but not going to complain. Very nice. Mudan the Rika Fairy. Saga of the Dragon Emperor. Rika Petal. Performapal Duelist Extraordinaire. That's really nice. Definitely hope some of these get printed in like Megatins coming up. Because I definitely want to see something like that Duelist Extraordinaire and like a Seeker rare. I think that would look really cool. Or definitely a higher rarity print for like Return of the Reaper. I'm not saying the TCG name. That's such a weird card to announce out loud. Kazajin. Imperial Iron Wall. Ooh, that's really nice. Evolution and Burst. I always like Chimera Tech Over Dragon. Very nostalgic for me. Very good. Just searches Overload Fusion and then lets you fuse. Cost down. I don't think it fuses specifically itself, but it just pairs well with Overload Fusion. Blackwing Kalute the Moon Shadow. The Deep Dark Trap Hole. Or Guardian. So terrifying. Mech Knight Red Moon. A lot of Trap Hole cards we see. Go ahead and sleeve this up. No Ultra so far, but I do like the Supers we're pulling. We're pulling all the stuff I want, so I'm not complaining. Pretty good. Definitely want to get a Baron A or two. Hey, we got Lucifer Kane in chat. Thanks for coming by. Pulling some Maze of Memories. Hopefully get something good here. Riryoku Guardian. Mech Knight Yellow Star. Spellbook of Fate. Ooh. Very good. Court of Justice. Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth. Royal Decree. Labyrinth Wall Shadow. You know, they have a little field spell just to kind of get all those weird, like, Guardian pieces out on the field and then go to your fusions. Very good to have, though. It just helps you shortcut, but definitely running stuff like Terraforming and Metaverse because you just need to get all your pieces out on a spell and trap zone or field just so you can start banishing for the fusions. Photon Orbital. I believe this one's also a collector's rare. Hey! Gate Guardian. This one's definitely a collector's rare. Ooh! Alright, Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder. Our first Guardian fusion. I like all of them, but I'll have to, if we pull all of them, I'll definitely do like a little tier list of what I like the most. Labyrinth Wall. Another double attack Wind and Thunder. Sanga of the Thunder. Nimble Angler. I think Sanga is probably my favorite of the Guardian pieces. Although Gate Guardian is just cool in general. Just because of how menacing it is. Hey, we got Lestat in the house. Oh, glad you're both jumping around. Lucifer Kane says he was just in the neighborhood. Well, good enough. Glad you stopped by. Can't complain. It's good to see you both in chat. Red Eye Soul. Time to stand up. Well, we're going to sit back down because we also have to pull... Okay, does anybody have like an official pronunciation for this? Because I have no idea. Kyoraigetsu? Kyorgetsu. Kyoraigetsu. Court of Justice. Ooh, our first ultra rare. Nice. We got Guardian Chimera. I did pull one of these from Battle of Chaos, but definitely like that's a lot more affordable now. Zephyros the Elite. Another Blackwing, and then another Soul of the Supreme King. Woo! Very good to have. Very nice. Ah. Can't read it too shiny. Yeah, some of them are pretty shiny cards. Suijin. Overload Fusion. On your mark, it said duel. Very nice. Mudan the Rika Fairy. Hey, here's our retrain or errata of Ancient Fairy Dragon. Good to see that's back. Battle Royal mode joining. Baron Untopia. Definitely like to see, I know I'm probably in the smaller minority category of here of cards can come back to the ban list even if we have to errata them. Just so more cards can come back and see play again, I think would be cool. Super Soldier Ritual. But I know that's probably a bit of a controversial take, but I think it's cool to bring some cards back. Kazajin, even if you gotta fine-tune them. Psy Beast. This is a really nice for Kashtiras, just for that banishing. And level manipulation as well. Just have a good normal summon, too. Kalute the Moon Shadow, another Blackwing. Cost down. It's an interesting reprint. Royal Decree. Forge a New Future. I was somewhat tempted to start getting a couple copies of Psy Beast just because I'm always playing like Psychic Synchro decks. But I'm glad it got reprinted anyway. Could have potentially splashed into Punk. Imperial Iron Wall. The Mech Knight Yellow Star. Ooh, Alze the Sylvan High Protector. That's really nice. Another Elfin the Raven. Another Burial from a different dimension. A Mech Knight Red Moon. Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Really interesting field spell. Monsters can't attack the turn they are summoned unless they are level 5 or higher as their original level. And then during your main phase, you get to place one of your Sanga, Kazajin, or Suijin that is banished in hand or deck, and you put it back into your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. I like also at the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can just destroy a weak monster with 1600 or less attack. Such a funny way to, but that's basically how you get to your Guardian Fusions, is you just use your Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Still think they should have printed a card that helps us get to Labyrinth Wall, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. God, trying to get rid of these pop-ups, or notifications on my phone. Treacherous Trap Hole. Dear God. Prey of the Jirai Gumo. Hey, Gate Guardians combined. They're like final Blue Eyes Ultimate version of Gate Guardian. Angel of Blue Tears. Chaos Form. Sephiroth the Elite. Deep Dark Trap Hole. How unfortunate for Gate Guardian. He's just stuck. When a level 5 or higher effect monster is special summon, banish it. Very good. Alright, we're halfway through so far. Very terrifying. We got one Ultra. We got our Guardian Chimera. So hopefully we'll pull a few more fancy cards. Hopefully trying to get a Baronet at least, or one or two. Time to Stand Up. Overload Fusion. Ooh, this one's my favorite. Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind. Sanga and Kazajin. I always get my Guardian pieces confused or mixed up. Well, this one's definitely my favorite. I just like Sanga, the Thunder, and Kazajin. Saga of the Dragon Emperor. Labyrinth Wall. They don't even reprint Ancient Rules, so you can't even like just throw down Labyrinth Wall for free. Nimble Angler. Rika Petal. I think we're only missing one Guardian Fusion at this point. Yeah, I want to say we're just missing one or two. I think just one. Gate Guardian, once again. Doesn't count, not on the TCG. Return of the Reaper. Another Solemn Judgment. Oh, really nice. It'd be cool if we got a full playset. I could definitely splash that into more decks. Elfin the Raven. Kyorai Gitsu. There you go. Butchered it. Wonderful. Soul of the Supreme King. I think that makes our playset for that. Sang of the Thunder. Definitely getting a lot of our Guardian pieces, which is really nice. All right. Lucifer Kane says, came for the cards, but ended up staying for the food. Well, hope you're not too hungry. I don't even know if there are any food cards in here. We'll try and find something. Red Eye Soul. Suijin. Hey, there we go. Gate Guardian of Wind and Water. Cost down. Double Attack Wind and Thunder. Barian Untopia. And Battle Royale mode Joining. Such an interesting spell name. Woo! Ryuryoku Guardian. I think that gets us up. We've gotten like playsets of almost everything at this point. Photon Orbital, which is really nice. Definitely need all these cards. Saga of the Dragon Emperor. Kalute the Moon Shadow. Duel Academy. There's our next ultra rare. Woo. That's nice. Performer Pal Duelist Extraordinaire. That's really cool. I like that one. Mech Knight Blue Sky. My favorite Mech Knight. Although I think all of them just look really cool as monster cards. Bless me. Oh, jeez. I'm allergic to good pulls. Can't you tell? Imperial Iron Wall. Another Overload Fusion. Hey, another Utopia Rising. Woo! Chaos Form. Ancient Fairy Dragon. The Deep Dark Trap Hole. Barian Untopia. Awesome. Treacherous Trap Hole. This creepy little punk. Oh, Labyrinth Heavy Tank. This is one I wanted. It's so cool looking. Burial from a Different Dimension. Mudon the Rika Fairy. Rika Petal. And Royal Decree. Woo. It's one of those, you can normal summon without tribute, but it also works with your Sanga, basically your guardian pieces, and putting them in the spell and trap zone. Just really cool looking though. I don't know. I haven't really thought about making a Gate Guardian deck, but I'll definitely check out Lestat YuGiOh. He has a really good profile on that. Definitely got to take more notes on that, but I think it's pretty cool. But I'm just here to play Sang of the Thunder Turbo. Prey of the Jiraiya. I guess there's only one. Kazujin. Overlay Network. Ooh. That's really fancy. Another Elfin the Raven. Another Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth. See, because I've been playing the Labyrinth archetype so much, it's weird to me to see the word Labyrinth written correctly, because the Labyrinth, like, trap monster fiend archetype definitely, it's spelled differently and it works differently, because obviously they're meant to be, like, two separate labyrinths. But it's just weird to me to see regular Labyrinth stuff just because I've been playing so much of the other archetype. Red Moon. Sanga. Woo. And a lot of Sang of the Thunder, which is good. Stat YuGiOh says, thanks for the shout out. Oh, anytime. Gate Guardian is fun to play. Yeah, I'll definitely have to rewatch and take more notes on that. But I do like the way they've sort of implemented and reworked Gate Guardian just to go into the fusions and then recover and ignore summoning conditions for the others. Red Eye Soul. Ryuryoku Guardian. Oh, Super Agent Deep Sea King Coelacanth. Definitely wanted to pull this. This looks really cool. It's a very iconic card. Back in the Fish OTK decks, if you've seen that, like, there's a really good video on just sort of cataloging the history of Deep Sea Coelacanth. And just kind of like the Armory Arm Colossal Fighter, and just sort of, basically this propelled a pretty good OTK strategy for a while, which was pretty cool. I always enjoyed that. Angel of Blue Tears. The Labyrinth Wall. Soul of the Supreme King. Another Labyrinth Wall Shadow. I really like the art on this one too. Like it, look at Shadow Ghoul just speeding on by. Probably looking for a Guardian piece that he can just throw into the spell and trap zone. He's on a mission. I mean, to be fair, there's only 3, so you gotta work fast to find them. But I imagine they're pretty sizable monsters, so you probably won't get them lost or just bump into them. Gate Guardian. Photon Orbital. On your mark, get set, duel. Gives us our playset. Very happy to have that. Court of Justice. Saga of the Dragon Emperor. The Mech Knight Blue Sky. Battle Royale mode joining. But is there a Battle Royale mode leaving? That's what I want to know. Oh shit. The cards are all... My pile over here is getting a little bit too tall. Woo! Alright, just a couple packs. 3 packs left. Getting towards the end. All right. Yeah, Shadow Ghoul would have looked awesome as a super rare. I kind of wish they would print like a card that would dispense it, like get itself and Labyrinth Wall out onto the field. Because there's a lot of support for Labyrinth Wall, but there's no easy way to get to Labyrinth Wall. At least not that I've seen. I don't know if I might have missed a line of text, but I kind of wish there was a way to just like, here's 2 level 5s. One is Labyrinth Wall, the other is this. It's like, use them for whatever you want. Mech Knight Yellow Star. Time to stand up. Let's sit back down because there might be another Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. Very good to have multiple of these. Maybe I do like that's super rare. It's a little bit more easier to find. Mudon the Rickafairy. Kalut the Moon Shadow. Forge a New Future. Performapal Duelist Extraordinaire. Is it like regular deck building sets where there's going to be 3 Ultras or 2 Ultras and a Collector's? We got 2 packs left, so there should be something fancy at the bottom of this. But I imagine it's just your regular deck building set. Super Soldier Ritual. Suijin. Hey, Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind. I'm getting all the cards I wanted, like all my favorites. Very happy to have that. Another Ancient Fairy Dragon. I think we've gotten a playset. You can only run 1 at the moment, but definitely like having the playset. Cost down. Zephyros Elite. Another Blackwing. Nimble Angler. All right, another Thunder and Wind. Woo! Final pack here. Get this out of the way. All right. Hopefully get another nice... Labyrinth Wall was pretty much a filler in the set. So says Lestat. Yeah, kind of... They wanted cards to interact with it, but it's just a level 5 vanilla with 3,000 defense. There's not much it's doing by itself. I mean, it's fine. It makes sense lore-wise why that's there, but I kind of wish it did more than just be there. I think Konami just kind of forgot it exists, and they're like, okay, just put it in there. This creepy little punk. Oh, I didn't say Return of the Reaper. How shameful. Overload Fusion. Burial from a Different Dimension. Why is it before all the fancy cards? I have to read this out loud. Do I look like I know what I'm doing? Crossing the finish line. Says Lucifer Kane. Oh yeah, we're getting close to the end here. All right, for the 10th time today. Kyorigitsu. Kyorigitsu. That probably sounds about right. Woo-hoo-hoo! No way! Blackluster Soldier, Legendary Swordsman. This is the card I absolutely wanted. Woo! Well, that and the new Stardust Dragon, like Synchro XL. Oh, baby! Got ourselves a fancy ritual. Dark Trap Hole and Mech Knight Red Moon. Final pack. This was obviously before I was streaming, but I opened a box of Labyrinth, or Cybernetic Horizon, when I say Labyrinth. And I wanted to pull Cyburst Magician, and in the very last pack, I pulled him, and I was so excited. This kind of seems funny. It's, once again, like the one card I was looking for. It's in the very bottom, very last pack. Also a Ritual. Oh, man. That is fantastic. Lestat is jelly. All right, we'll go ahead and review the polls, and then I'll catch up with chat, read through some messages, and then we'll do some closing thoughts, and we'll get out of here. Go see if Hercules is still streaming. But we got the man, the myth, the swordsman, Blackluster Soldier, Legendary Swordsman. Very happy to have that. A Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind, my favorite. Oh yeah, that's right, I got to do the tier list. I'll do that after I recap everything. Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. On your mark, it said Duel. Super Ancient Deep Sea King Colacanth. Definitely one I wanted. Overlaid Network. Very good to have. Labyrinth Heavy Tank. This was another fun one to search for. Number 39, Utopia Rising. Might put that in the Sue Ship deck. I have a bit of a Utopia engine in the extra deck. Duel Academy. Gate Guardian of Wind and Water. I like Kazajin throwing up his little hands like he's ready to fight. Solemn Judgment. Not sure if we got 2 or 3, but definitely happy to have more Judgments. Another Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind. The Gate Guardians combined. Alcei the Sylvan High Protector. Psy Beast. Definitely need that one. On your mark, it said Duel. Guardian Chimera. Definitely happy to have that. Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder. Spellbook of Fate. Evolution Endburst. Another one I was searching for. A Solemn Judgment. a Crusadia Avermax. On your mark, it said duel, another Utopia Rising. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the tier list for the Guardian Fusions here. Just go ahead and fund them. Not Guardian Chimera, I know it says Guardian in the name, but technically it's not part of the Gate Guardian group, so it won't get reviewed, sadly, but don't worry, I'm still gonna... I'll remember him. We'll put all the ultra rares up top. Kazajin comes off as a slapper. He's got a very, like, open palm hand kind of thing going on. All right. Move these out to the side. All right, so we got 4 fusions. We got Wind and Water, Water and Thunder, Thunder and Wind, and the Guardians combined. Obviously, it's completely subjective. You know, some of them might be better than others, but to me, there are a couple that I just like more. Obviously, Thunder and Wind is going to be number 1. Probably combined is number 2. Water and Thunder is number 3. And then I'll put of Water in Wind and Water of Mice and Men number 4. Again, completely subjective, completely. Don't listen to anything I say. If you like one of the fusions more than I did, absolutely run it. Or just appreciate it, but that's just me. There we go. Go ahead and put all that over there, and then go ahead and recap on chat. If you hear my mouse clicking in the background, you know, just ignore that. Try and get a quieter mouse. All right. Lucifer Kane says, can't read, cards are too shiny. Well, that's usually a good thing, but hey, I'll dim the lights next time, so hopefully it doesn't doesn't look too bad. A stat saying Labyrinth Wall was pretty much just a filler in the set. It makes sense because it's part of the archetype, but it feels so out of place in this set. That's so weird to say. It's like, what are you doing here? I mean, I get it, you're part of the crew, but shouldn't you be like special summoning? Like, why not make a retrain, or don't have all these cards mention Labyrinth Wall, but they don't summon Labyrinth Wall? Who's gonna run like 2 to 3 Labyrinth Wall and then 2 to 3 Ancient Rules? I mean, probably me, but still. Or just Foolish Burial and I guess Monster Reborn, but that's not exactly that's a very specific 3-card combo, but they're all one-ofs, so it's a bit. Unless you have support that can just dispense normal monsters, I think that might work, but depends. Instead, YuGiOh says he wants that Blackluster Soldier. Definitely. It's a really nice one. It's just, I like the pose he's doing. I just like Blackluster Soldier. It's my favorite, one of my favorite YuGiOh card, or Yami Yugi cards that he used. Lucifer Kane says, I will duel you for him. Oh, don't do that. I already know I'm gonna. My decks are very rogues here. You're gonna be fine. You'll get your Blackluster Soldier. And then Lucifer Kane immediately asks, "Wait a minute, is Duel Academy a card?" It is. I didn't realize it was an ultra rare, but it is. It supports a couple of. It's basically just meant to be like YuGiOh. It's basically meant to be like GX, the field spell. So it gains effects based on the monster types on the field. Warrior, Beast, or Pyro. Once per turn, if you activate a trap card, target and destroy a card your opponent controls. Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, or Thunder. Once per turn, if you activate a spell card, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. And Machine, Fairy, or Fiend. Once per turn, activate a monster effect. Target a face-up monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack, even if this card leaves the field. So it's just depending on what you're playing with it. You can just splash. I mean, if you don't mind having field spells and you just want to throw in like 3 Academy or like a Terraforming or something, go for it. But I think the activating a trap one would be nice. But if it said trap and one of the types was Fiend, it'd be actually fun to use in like Labyrinth or something. It doesn't mention insect or plant though. So again, you can't even use it in like trap tricks. I don't know any like trap warrior focused decks, but I guess if we're running a bunch of traps for. What is it? War Rock. Good lord, I couldn't even remember it. That's horrible. I guess you could do that, but it's optional. It's kind of if you have the space and you don't mind, it works with your deck, go for it. But I like Guardian Chimera too. That one's just a really nice fusion. Definitely good this one got reprinted. It was like 30 to 40 on TCG Player since it was only printed in like Battle of Chaos. But you fusion it with 3 monsters with different names because Chimera. You can use materials from your hand or field with at least 1 from each. If it's fusion done by a spell card or effect, draw cards equal to the number of cards used for material from the hand, and destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of materials from the field that were used. Apply this effect once per turn. While polymerization is in your graveyard, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. And then also targeting protection, so that's just really nice. What about Warrior? Would Duel Academy work? I mean, Elemental Heroes, I don't know what... They don't really use traps, though. Again, I think if you're using a Warrior deck and you've got a bunch of trap cards lying around, like you've splashed in some Solemn Judgments, you got some archetypal traps, or just stuff like you got a big beatdown monster. I mean, it could work if you're doing something like Foolish Burial, your high-level War Rocks, and then Call of the Haunted, one of them. It's not ideal, but it technically could work. And then you just be able to destroy a card, and then boom. You need to have another Warrior on the field for that to work, but I imagine it could potentially work. But again, there's a bit of setup to it, but I mean, if you want to run Duel Academy, by all means. I personally prefer 5Ds over GX, so I will not be attending the Duel Academy, but choose your own adventure. Definitely like all the Gate Guardian cards. I might look into building a deck list, but I'll definitely need to research, like, what cards can I use to make this work? I think it would just be a lot of, like, searchers, protecting cards, and then just making sure I can normal summon and dump. That would be the plan, at least. And then I might splash in Labyrinth Wall and Ancient Rules, just for fun. I think that'd be humorous, but you need to draw both of them, otherwise they just brick. But I think we've... oh, yeah. Lestat YuGiOh says, burn your Blackluster Soldier card. Burn it with ranch dressing, I say. No. Can't do that. I gotta use my ranch dressing. I enjoy ranch dressing. Lestat YuGiOh does not. So everyone, if you see him on his videos, be sure to comment how much you also like and enjoy ranch dressing. And be sure to tell him what foods you put on ranch dressing. But just like 1 comment per video. Probably don't comment all the time. That'd be annoying. Please don't do that. Please don't harass Lestat YuGiOh, but definitely give him a chuckle or 2. Lucifer Kane says 5Ds is and will always be my favorite. Mine as well. I think 5Ds was the one I resonated and enjoyed the most. Card games on motorcycles. Lucifer Kane says. Lestat YuGiOh, most players play a hero variant of Gate Guardian. Interesting. I'll definitely have to look at deck lists nonetheless. But definitely enjoy that one. Lestat YuGiOh says no, burn the Labyrinth Wall with ranch. And also please don't. Okay. Yeah, don't comment ranch dressing. Just comment your favorite Gate Guardian piece instead. But if you're ever on a 2 Dark Lords podcast, say one. One joke. You get 1 joke. Everyone gets 1 ranch dressing joke. After that, you get sent to the Labyrinth to go collect Gate Guardian pieces for me. All jokes, though. Please don't harass anyone. It's all just jokes here. It's all chuckles, but I can imagine that would probably get annoying after a while. After the 10th, like, hey, ranch dressing? Like, even I would still put up with it on my channel, but after a while, I'd be like, huh, it's kind of gotten out of hand. I'm sorry, Lestat. I'm not trying to, like, mob you outside of your house, be like, hey, you want ranch dressing on that? Lucifer Kane says, I'm surprised there aren't any villain cards. Yeah, that's a good point. This is mostly like a protagonist. Well, I guess Gate Guardian stuff is like a villain deck. It's more like a tag team duo kind of deck, like using your teammate's field to make like Gate Guardian. Which I mean is fine. Now it's probably got a bit more synergy for tag duels because you can just put all your pieces into your field and then just keep looping that field spell. I don't know, is it a hard once per turn or soft? Because if it's soft, that'd be kind of nice. Just dropped a bunch of cards. Let me double check. Where is it? Come on. Here we go. Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Let me pick up the cards I just dropped. Boost for Kane says, after a while, ranch isn't cool. I'm sorry. It's fine. I like it a lot, but I can understand probably too much. Okay, Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned unless they are originally level 5 or higher. Once per turn during your main phase, place one of your Saying of Thunder, Kazajan, or Suijin is banished in the hand or deck, face up into your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Start of the opponent's battle phase, target a monster they control with 1600, less than 1600 attack, destroyed. So it is a soft once per turn, so you could potentially just keep activating them. Oh, Lucifer was making a pun. Oh, because Cool Ranch. Very good. I was so caught up in... I hope no one shows up to Let's Stats host with Branch. I forgot to... It was pretty good. Lestat was saying Red Eyes for Night Shroud, hopefully. I think they're going to focus on speed duels, but this probably would have paired well with that. Just re-releasing a bunch of the cards, but I'm definitely excited for the speed duel set. It's going to be... Is it out in like a week or so? A week or two, but it's end of March, I know that. I think it might be 2 weeks, but I'll definitely hit up either Target or Yu-Gi-Oh! Hercules for a couple. Definitely get my 3 boxes and do like a Instagram live break. I know it's been a while since I've had you on the stat. I don't know if you want to do it on YouTube or Instagram if you want to do that. If we do open up speed duels, if you want to join in for that. You can bring your own, but I'll definitely be opening up a bunch of mine just to make some decks for that. Definitely want to make a Night Shroud one for sure. Or Darkness, as he was known in the sub. And it was just darkness. Kind of terrifying, to be honest. But I think we've covered all the chats and all the cards today. There's still a good amount of Labyrinth stuff, but I'll probably cover that in the off stream and then circle back later. Well, this was a fun, very first YouTube live. I didn't think this would be as lively as it was. Holy moly, so many people came out of the woodwork, but very good enough. What did I just say? Very good. I was saying 2 things at once. It was embarrassing. But this was very exciting. This was very fun. Definitely glad you all could join in. Lucifer Kane says, cool name for a villain card, Elemental Villain Drowned. Could be water attribute. Just make sure it's always considered a hero card. That way you can search it. Stat says, yeah, just DM me. I'll pick up a few as well. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll message you sometime. Once I get mine ordered, I obviously need to check when it comes out and then order mine, and then I'll just go from there. Probably once I get mine that arrive and I pick mine up, I'll let you know. But definitely stay tuned for that. But this was a very fun YouTube live. Thank you all for joining. I didn't think this would go on for this long and be as exciting, but definitely going to start doing this a lot more. Huge thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh! Hercules for sending in all the loot. We finally got the Blackluster Soldier out of the last pack, so that is very nice. Definitely go support him. He sent in a lot of stuff over the past couple of years, so definitely give him a shout out. Definitely support his claim sales. Show him some love.